Hello, welcome to today's video. Now I've got two games for you today, Alter Ego and its sequel DreamWalker. They are both homebrew games by Denis Graychev. Alter Ego is for the 48K ZX Spectrum, was released in 2011, and DreamWalker 2014 for the 128K Spectrum. Now we're going to go straight into Alter Ego, and I've only ever done a couple of homebrew games. In fact, no, I've only done one homebrew game before, which was Flype. I'll post a link to that game in the description box below. Now, I only discovered these two games today, and I'm so pleased that I did, because they are so addictive. Really great little games. So as you can hear here, this is the 48K version of Alter Ego. Now the mechanic is that you control the little bod there, but your character is actually in two parts. There's him and his alter ego, and you have to zap between each of them by pressing space to get past various baddies in order to collect the jewels and progress on to the next level. Now you only get a couple of what they call phantom jumps per level, so if you waste them all, then you're stuck and you've got to basically commit harikiri and start all over again. So you've got to look at the screen, really look at the screen before you start playing, and plan your way around it, what you're going to do, where you're going to go. It really gets your brain thinking. It's very simple in design. Graphically, it's really nice, but nothing fancy, but everything does what it needs to. I really enjoyed playing this game. The character swapping mechanic, I can't remember ever sort of seeing that before. Not in a Spectrum game. I remember, if you remember, Resident Evil Zero on the GameCube. That had a mechanic where you had to zap between the two characters in order to save puzzles and etc. Now, if you just follow the gameplay video, you'll see that I cock it up quite spectacularly frequently, which is nothing unusual for me, but you'll see some of the attack patterns on the screens get more and more devious, and you've got to use your zaps wisely, especially as there are jewels. Those flashing white ones are the ones that only your alter ego can pick up, so you've got to be really careful. Keep an eye on things and see how they go. Now, the reason I chose these games was I was looking around for something different to do. I wanted to do a video on games that there weren't a million and one other videos out there before, and I've been looking around, and some of the homebrew games that have been released over the years have been absolutely fantastic. Had they been released back in the day, you wouldn't have minded spending a fiver or a tenner on some of them, and even they would have made some cracking budget titles, especially this one. I've really enjoyed my time with Alter Ego. It is a cracking little game, and apart from this gameplay segment, I've played it for an hour just to get the feel of the game, etc. I suggest you should check this game out, because it's really fun. It's a cracking testament to the fact that there are people out there willing to keep the Spectrum dream alive and keep it going and create games, etc. And we've got the ZX Spectrum next, hopefully coming sometime later on this year, or possibly even next year. So with 512k of RAM, imagine some of the miracles these bedroom coders that are still around would be able to come up with. So I'm going to allow the rest of this gameplay video to play out, and then we're going to move into DreamWalker, which is the sequel, the 128k version. Okay, so I'm going to stop this commentary on Alter Ego now. That was Alter Ego. So now we are diving straight into DreamWalker Alter Ego 2. Now this game is brilliant. Just listen to the music from the 128K version. It's just fantastic. I'm going to not rabbit for a few seconds and just let you listen to that. So now we're in the first level, Strawberry Fields. It's exactly the same as Alter Ego. You can see an awful lot more details been packed in. The graphics are slightly more colourful. The sound, like I said, is brilliant. But it's essentially the same game, and that isn't a bad thing. It's really enjoyable. I'm really glad I found this this pair of games, even though, as you can see just there, I just died spectacularly on the first screen. Now, if you've got any suggestions for any other kind of homebrew games I could look at, then by all means please share them with me. I'd like to try some more of these. It's really interesting to see the efforts people are going to in order to still create games for this system, and I'm sure they're doing it for other systems as well. But I am a Spectrum focused channel. You know, there's no point me rabbiting on about homebrew for the Commodore 64 or the Amstrad, because I won't cover them. Not because I have anything against them, but because Spectrum is the machine that I grew up with. It's the machine that I know, and the games are what I know, and the channel as such would just be confused if I set myself out as a Spectrum channel and then start including other things on it, but which I'm not going to do. So everything's going to stay 100% Spectrum fanboy geeky. Right, so DreamWalker is a really quite devious game, some of the level design, and you can see this one here. It's a good job these levels aren't timed. You know, like in games like Manic Miner, you had this sort of air supply, so you had to complete the level before your air ran out, or you'd lose a life. Some of the these early levels in DreamWalker require you to look at them really quite a lot before you actually start to play, because as I said on Alter Ego, it's exactly the same here. You only get a limited number of zaps or phantom jumps that you can use in order to progress through the level, and if you cock it up, then you know you're done. You've got to start the level all over again, lose a life. It's great. Check it out. Check them both out. Gonna end all the rabbiting, all the waffle right now, and just let the remainder of this video play out. It's a lovely day outside. I don't know what the hell I'm doing stuck indoors making a YouTube video, but hey ho, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. The weather forecast is supposed to be fantastic, but weather forecasters never get it wrong, do they? I hope you have a great time and enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye bye.